welcome back to an episode of CGB Limited on the CGB free-to-play account. We got up to our 5,000 gold, and here we go. Let's draft. Pack one, pick one, but to start out, I'm recording this on American Thanksgiving, which is a time where we go around the table and say what we're thankful for, and then eat a bunch of food, watch a lot of football. Great holiday. Whoever came up with it, Pilgrims, Indians, some tradition stuff, great job. So, let me just say really quickly that I'm very thankful for the following that I have on Twitch and on YouTube. The support has been amazing. The fact that you come back and watch my videos, hear what I have to say on a daily basis still blows me away. I didn't, like, when I thought about doing this, it was very much about, why would anybody watch me when there's so many out there, and literally there's so much you can watch. You can watch pretty much anything in the world whenever you want to. Why would you watch me? And I couldn't get to this point in my mind where that made sense, but here we are. Here we are. And you do watch me. So thank you. I'm very thankful for you. All right. Let's draft. So this is a tricky pack, I can already tell. Probably the best card in the pack from the common perspective is Deadweight, something to fight those early Boros decks. We fought a lot of aggressive creature decks. I believe all but one deck in our last draft was an aggressive creature deck. And then there's the rare, Beast Whisperer, which is an excellent card, but it is in colors I don't know if I even know how to draft. To be totally honest, black, green, and green, white. I'm not sure. Still, it's pretty close to a bomb rare, something they must remove or you bury them in card advantage. So I feel like it's a much better card than the Deadweight. And there's nothing else here really tipping the scales for me. So I'm going to try the Beast Whisperer because it's Thanksgiving. This person looks like they know what's up. Well, let's get a little crazy. Not to mention, we are on that free-to-play account. When in doubt, take the rare. Alright, pack number 2. The rare is green, but it's not a very good one. Vivid Revival. Return up to 3 target multicolored cards from your graveyard to your hand for 5 mana at sorcery speed. This is the kind of card I think you take much later. Looking around at the rest of the options, probably the best card here is the Sunhome Stalwart. Now, when I look at cards down here, these gold cards, you really have to be entrenched in your color, and we're only one pick in. This would be a strong commitment to green-black, which isn't a color combination I really know how to draft, and this would be too. Now, both of them might come back. Another card that's right here is Darkblade Agent, a card I took very early last time and ended up not playing because the Surveil deck didn't come together, but I really like the Surveil deck. Pushing towards the Surveil deck makes me, well, that's my comfort zone. That's what I feel like I'm pretty good at. Instead, though, I think this time, being Thanksgiving and being closer to a guild that could actually play with my first pick, I'll take the Stalwart. And now we get a heck of a green-white card. There's also a good white-red card in Integrity Intervention, but the Conclave Cavalier is one of the best reasons to be in green-white. The other cards aren't really on that level unless we wanted to change. Notion Rain is a very good card, and if I had taken the Darkblade Agent, I would likely take this, but this pushes me too hard into Dimir, even though it's early. Perhaps Dimir is open since I got past a Darkblade Agent and a Notion Rain. Well, Conclave Cavalier is it's a strong statement that we're playing green-white. I think because I usually want to go Dimir and I want to show something different, particularly right now, that I would go to Cavalier. If this is a high-stakes draft, it's quite possible I would take Notion Rain. So, what is one to do? I'm going to go with the Cavalier. Maybe Beast Whisperer is a lot better than I even think it is, and I should never get out of it. Alright. Well, this next pack of cards This isn't a good card. The rare is gone. Candlelight Vigil, no. 10th District Guide, very meh. Very average card. Stray and Vine aren't good. But Hypothesis is a very good card. And while the odds of me playing it are very low, I think it's the pick here in case these kind of cards keep coming and green and white cards are gone. So the very next pack, I see a Disdainful Stroke. I see an Is It Locket, which is the best locket to have. 10th District Guide, Sworn Companions. Yeah, a lot of these cards just don't do anything for our the little Selesnya deck we were working on. Like a 2 mana for 2/2 Vigilance, we can pick that. We can pick up some kind of a 2/2 anytime. It's not that better. It's not that much better than a 10th District Guide. So I'm going to take the Locket, which is a very good Locket, and we might be moving back into blue. Sometimes the blue just forces you. Selesnya Locket, Wishcoin Crab. Well, I don't like any of the green cards here. The Might of the Masses is a pretty average trick. It's really close between the Informant and the Crab. A lot of people just love the Crab, and the Crab can be better in blue-red, so I'll take the Crab. Another Locket. I don't know if you're supposed to play that many Lockets, but there's nothing else really important in the pack. I could take a 3/2 Vigilance, ugh, or a 2/2 Vigilance, also ugh. It's really early to have 2 Lockets going, but maybe we can draft like a really big blue-red deck with a lot of very large, strong things. Yeah, I don't think any of these others really make the deck unless it's so incredibly low on playables. Sure Strike comes up, Devious Cover-Up. Well, again, I don't really care for any of these green cards. And these white cards are very meh. Hunted Witness is okay, but it looks like I can get away with a lot of blue-red, so I'm just going to move towards blue-red, and then, ta-da! Look what comes around. Demotion and no blue-red cards. This draft is a cluster at this point. It's tempting to pick up a Galvitic Punch here. We might have a Drake to play with it. Nothing else is really necessary here. We could grab the Wood Shaper in case we end up going back to green-white. We do have an enchantment to pick up in Demotion, which makes it a little better than terrible. Alright. I know, the seesaw, but I think we'll know exactly where we're supposed to be going soon. Iron Shell Beetle, another Gravitic Punch. Righteous Blow I don't give a lot of credit to. The pack's Favor is what stands out to me as possibly the best card, so I'll take it. And the Generous Stray, and another 2-mana 2/2, I'll grab that. And another 2-mana 2/2. Is the Worm really that good? Seems like a pretty medium big piece of beef, but I guess it's better than just 2/2 City. And Might of the Masses. And so all this Selesnya stuff came back around, so we got all the late picks. Alright, are we green-red, or are we blue, or not? Are we blue, or are we green? Well, there's no good green-white cards here. Like, absolutely nothing. The world is trying to tell us something. There is another Devious Cover-Up, which is pretty excellent. For Is It, there's a Piston Fit Cyclops, which is also pretty excellent. We are only we've only 3 playable cards into Is It, so we'll need to pick up a lot of playables. There's a lot of blue here in the pack. I think I can get another Devious Cover-Up since it's at common. The Mission Briefing doesn't do it for me, although it might come around. It's a pretty hard card to pick up for any deck. If we're the Spells deck, it might work its way to us. Piston Fist Cyclops is also a common, but it is a good one. Then there's the Night Veil Sprite, just getting that constant Surveil action at 1/2 for 2 mana. 2-drops, and especially decent 2-drops, are very hard to get in the Is It deck. This is the toughest pick so far. The Sprite I give about a medium to. This is a pretty good. This is a pretty good. This is a pretty good. None of it I'm excited to take first at all. I'm going to go with the Cyclops, I think. Ugh. An unmoored ego. Rare drafting. Too bad it's not the most powerful of rare drafts. Watcher in the Mist, though, is a very powerful card. It's a good one. So I think that that's the pickup here. And keep moving to blue-red. The green-white cards certainly haven't been here so far. And there's a Wee Dragonauts, which I think is a solid pick. We don't have that many spells yet. We're going to have to keep our eyes open for that. Need more spells. Whisper Agent, it's another 3-drop, but you can play it off of double blue. Nothing else here really does it for me. Dowser of Lights, meh. Maximize Altitude is a spell. I'm optimistic I can pick up more things like that later. Passwall Adept is a 1/3. We don't have any 2-drops for this deck. But I think the Whisper Agent is clearly the best card. Another Crab. I don't think I need 2 crabs at this stage. Crab is good. I can probably get another. I probably need to start looking into spells. Sure Strike is a spell. It goes with Wee Dragonauts and the Cyclops quite a bit. So let's grab it. I would prefer some shocks or something of that nature. Amara super late. I'm firmly off this, but there's nothing else to take for red. I maybe I'll be able to make 2 decks when all said and done. This is absolutely ridiculous. Another Izzet Locket, which I don't need. This does 1 damage to each creature, and they can't block. It is a spell. All right. Then the Izzet dried up. This has been a really odd situation, but I'm hoping that in Pack 3 we get past a lot of Izzet based on how late it went last time. I don't think I'd play any of these in my Izzet deck, though. This is not that good. This is meh. I guess I'll take the wave. And then the green-white cards kept coming. I wonder if there's a world where I splash white in this deck. Sounds horrible. Or green. Sounds horrible. Or... At this point, I'm looking at the locksmith like maybe I just need a playable card. All right, again, let's have a look here. If we're not Izzet and we're green-white, this is absolutely some of the worst straddling you'll ever see in a draft. And in the end, what if it works out? So how bad is this? We got a lot of stuff, and we have 11 cards. We only need 6 playables to still be in Selesnya. No, wait, we need more than that. We need like 23 playables. What am I doing? 12. And we're in Pack 2. We've got a Conclave Guildmage staring at us, and several other good white cards. So we do that. Where does this next one take us? To the Devious Cover-Up. Is any of this going to make the deck? Let the straddling continue. We'll have to make the call in the last pack. A Beam Splitter Mage. We do have the Sure Strike. What else do we have over here? Sure Strike. Is that it? That's not very good. It is a 2-drop for Izzet, but it's not the kind that you really want. +2/+2 until end of turn for 5 isn't what you really want either, but it's a creature. Maybe the 3/2, maybe the Okapi isn't the worst. Alright. Sprouting Renewal and the Peacemaker is actually just fine. Look at how much Izzet gets passed down the stretch. A Convoke spell that can also destroy an enchantment or artifact seems very good too. This seems good against Boros. It's common. This is uncommon. I'll take the uncommon. And yeah, alright. I can't believe I'm back on Selesnya after this, but the weird thing is if I go back and look at it, I don't actually think I missed much. I really don't. This is an enchantment, so it could be hit off the Wood Shaper, but at that point, why do I need it? How about just a 4-mana 4/3? Maybe. But there's no like good finishers hanging out in this deck. It's just trying to grind you out with the Beastmaster. It's like how does this win? I guess the Conclave thing, but that's nothing to rely on. We do have a Might of the Masses. Look at what's still coming. These have been all green-white cards and for the most part playable ones down the stretch. And then there was Niv. Oh my god. If we grab Niv, this is the ultimate seesaw. I want this for my constructed no matter what, but if we grab Niv, can we get a deck back together? And here's the thing, once again, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything other than the Luminous Bonds. Okay, Luminous Bonds is a quality removal spell for this deck. What does this deck need? It needs 5 more playables. This deck, my whole sideboard, needs what? 10 more playables? So I need 10 of my cards? But that's 15 cards altogether, so if I draft exactly 5 white and green cards and 10 Izzet cards, I have 2 decks. I can't believe this. All right. Another Beast Whisperer, no. I actually don't think I want to grab that in multiples, but then there's a Conclave Tribunal. And an Electromancer. This is such a joke. Okay. This is so ridiculous. Maybe I'll just rare draft that Niv, grab this Tribunal. Hope we get that Beastmaster back. But like I said, it's still on the table. There, 4 more white spells. 9 more Izzet spells. Ooh, another Doom Whisperer, but that's firmly not in my colors. I could give up the dream of 2 decks and rare draft. Yeah, this is a playable mythic. I can't say no to a playable mythic. I've got to rare draft. This is the free-to-play count. If you're looking for the greatest of draft advice, why are you watching me anyway? Still, League Guildmage. I only get to register 1 of these decks, don't I? Yeah, let's stick to Selesnya. I'm sorry, Niv. God, Niv is such a game winner too, but I have no spells. I have no spells to cast. Like, none. Oh, it's hard to let the dream die, though. Alright, I'm doing it. League Guildmage. We're gonna keep the dream alive. 8 more Izzet cards. 4 more Selesnya cards. And then we'll see who has the best deck in the end. So, nothing really for Selesnya here either. I mean, the Hitchclaw Recluse, the Crushing Canopy, maybe. But radical idea for the Izzet deck. 7 more Izzet cards. Another Crab, but I really need spells for that deck. Another Wood Shaper, it's not that great. Sworn Legion, another rare, and it can go in the Selesnya deck. It's an excellent flyer. Okay. 2 more cards for this deck. Nothing here for Izzet. Well, wait, we could just take a Dazzling Lice or a Mesmerist, but the Dazzling Lights is a spell. And then there's this Convoke Vigilance, which is fine. The Healer's Hawk, which is fine. I think I'll get a Dazzling Lights later. Do we have enough early creatures? Maybe I'm supposed to be playing Hawk. Hawk's really good, right? And we have all these expensive cards-ish. That's kind of tough, but I do have a Mentor card. Maybe we can do God Openings. 1 more card for Selesnya. There's a Ladev champion, which is okay. Is there anything here for Is It? No, there really isn't. There really isn't anything here for Is It. But now we need all Is It cards the rest of the way. Collar the Culprit is okay. I mean, that's fine, but the meme dream, 2 decks, 1 draft, just to show it can be done. And are we out of things? Oh no. Oh no, I don't think we can do it anymore. But there's no Is It card left. Of course, it was a serious question if that was possible. I guess we could join some shields. It is kind of a big game trick. Our Selesnya deck definitely looks better now, and Is It just ran out of gas. So we just draft, that's the trick, we just draft 2 decks until one of them runs completely out of gas. The Pitiless Gorgon can fit in the deck. None of these are really very good. I'm not a fan of the card Righteous Blow. I like the Gorgon much better. Even if it does take double green to cast, get a little death touch. And the Recluse comes back to me. So we're gonna have a lot of, yeah, nobody likes green-white. This table just abandoned green-white. I don't need more combat tricks. I might want more early drops, but it's unlikely. Generous Stray probably not going to make it. This isn't going to make it, and okay. And Vault Progress. Oh yeah. See? They even tell you about it. Okay. Sorry, Is It? However, let's go back down the list. I should have grabbed that frickin' Doom Whisperer like an idiot. Alright, we did get a Niv. Do we have any other good rares? We got a Beast Whisperer. I wouldn't call that a good rare, and a Light Elite of the Legion. So we at least got 3 rares out of 3 packs. 4 rares. We got an Amara. Amara's not bad. Alright, what of our cards are the worst? Now that we have a Conclave Tribunal and a Demotion, this Woodshaper's pretty good. The Wild Ceratok is vanilla, and I don't think I need it. I think the beef level is medium, but the fact that we have all of these 3 drops, I don't want to have too many 4 drops on top of that. Are we aggressive? Are we defensive? We definitely don't need all the Oris. We may not need any of the Oris. The 3/2 Vigilance is pretty meh. The Pack's Favor, the Crushing Canopy. How many how many spells are we going to end up running? We don't want too many. I think the Pack's Favor might actually get cut. I'll just stick with Might of the Mashes and join shields, but because we do want lots of creatures for the Doom Whisperer. For now, I'm going to pull out the Ori, though. Stats don't impress me. And our deck's at 41 out of 40, so sort of built itself. We could trim one of these 10th District Guides and run all the Hunted Witnesses, but I really don't think the Pack's Favor is going to make it. So how many creatures do we have? 17? It's a lot of creatures. That goes with the Beast Whisperer. All right, so the idea is big Might of Masses or epic joining of shields on a crucial turn. Join shields might be too slow because we might fall behind too quickly. Although with all this early game, it seems likely. But when you're behind, this isn't a very good trick, I don't think. But it's worth a try. All right, I think that we have our deck. I'm gonna look around one more time. I'm happy with the number of creatures. I don't feel like I need any of these not very good stat-wise ones. And sorry, Niv. The turkey has to stay home. The big old turkey. I suppose we keep. Ooh, Healer's Hawk off the top. Start the party. Fresh-faced recruit. As long as it's your turn, first strike. Okay. Nothing to use this for right away. Although, maybe we can get an attack out of it with the guard, who doesn't do anything otherwise. So yes, we will play forth the Guild Mage. Go Hawk, go. Okay, the opponent didn't play anything, but I suppose we will still bring out our guard. Target over here. Winning the race, the fresh-faced recruit only goes one way. 6 lands is more than I'd like to draw, but the Guild Mage does crank out knights if it lives long enough, and there is a dropper of a hammer. So putting a counter on this, they did not attack. So if they put a counter here, and I block, it's a fine little trade. At the same time, I could use the Tribunal, get rid of the hammer dropper. Would I be better off saving the Tribunal for something bigger, something stronger, something scarier? Maybe. Dropping hammers is scary, and any combat trick killing my guide when they attack, leaving behind a 3-2 and a 5-2 that will mentor again would be a disaster. So we play the Tribunal, and we hope that the top of our deck stops providing lands and starts providing good stuff. And we attack with the guard and the hawk, because this does not have first strike on our opponent's turn, and if they want to trade it with the 2-2, I'm fine with that. Oh my, that's not good. Do I want to block with my Guild Mage? Otherwise this will just go off again. The idea that the Guild Mage can someday make knights is a nice idea, but if I'm dead when that day comes, it doesn't matter. So, yep, that stinks, but we do what we must. Alright, there's a good draw. Let's keep doing damage. Our opponent is down to 10. Here's a Cavalier. Healer's Hawk for the opponent. It's a trap, but I'll take it. Because if they kill it, I still get 2 knights. And that at least gets the card out of our opponent's hand. Don't see anything to blow up here, so we're making an elf token, I think. And I don't think I want to offer my opponent the hawk trade. Although if they do, it's a 1-turn clock. Okay, let's do it. They have mentor cards, which makes their hawk a lot better than ours. We only have 1 mentor card. Create another one. This is the lethal board. And that gets around it. Nice big boy. Whenever it attacks, 1 damage to each creature. So we could send in everybody, get our opponent to 2, lose 1 of our 2-2s, and the fresh-faced recruit, and another 2-2. And then the board is a pair of 2-2s. If the opponent top decks a land, we win. I think I'm willing to take that gamble. The 2-2s don't get dramatically better as the game goes, and it makes the opponent have to stay on defense. The big fear is the Swathcutter Giant. Like, the vigilance means they can start clocking for 5 right away. And they draw a creature. They draw a creature. No blockers. Crushing Canopy. It's probably not going to do it here. We got trouble. We could attack with both and force a trade, but then we're down to nothing versus the Swathcutter, and that's not good. Ouch. Now, another creature doesn't make our situation lethal. Alright, top decks. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Our opponent, they stopped on a nice clean 6 mana, and they've drawn a fine little piece of gas every turn since. Hitchclaw Recluse. Alright. See how the opponent plays this one. I think they should just crash. No, just you, huh? Alright. The giant can kill them all, but what choice do I have? Very late Beast Whisperer. If that had been a few more cards down, we'd be in a pretty happy place. So from what I think was a good position, our opponent's playing very carefully. From what I think was a good position, we just flooded out. There's not a lot else to say, and yet I feel the need to say something because I'm making a video. But hey, the opponent with a very conservative, I don't know if they realize how low I was on life. That attack was super conservative, and we just drew Light of the Legion and Shield Mage. And wow, we're right back in it. Just like that. Unbelievable. In our darkest hour, the Light of the Legion shines. And when it dies, +1/+1 on each creature I control, and it mentors. And here's an all-in attack. Maybe they need some lifelink in their life. Even then, it's like, I block, I block, I block. I don't have to risk the Light of the Legion, nor should I. Some blocks like this, leaving Light of the Legion out of it. If they don't have tricks, they still lose. What could they have? I'm not sure what they have. Probably nothing. And I'm probably BMing. But I think it makes sense to at least go through these motions because I'm going to attack with everybody. I'm trying to think of a way that, like, is there a way to quick give this lifelink or something? I don't think so. I'm assuming they must have a removal for this, so it's still a lethal attack if they kill this and it pumps. No, it's not because it's white creature, but it's still, you want to get as much damage as possible if they kill this. So, what do they have? Okay, they don't have anything. Unbelievable. The Beast Whisperer. I said it was late. It was right on time. Okay, we can't play the Gorgon with this hand, but we'll have to draw another forest sometime, right? We do have Hawk into Amara, which is potentially very sweet. Pew, pew, pew. They added this purple haze. Perhaps you saw it right there when you click on the scorpion. Go chase a scorpion if you haven't chased one lately. Alright, after some thinking, our opponent took a mulligan. And they're thinking about the next hand as well. I'm a free-to-play account. I need my gems. I'll take the wins how I can get them. Hawk to the rescue. Get it. Here's Amara. No dead weight, no dead weight. One land. Ooh, that's a stinger. Pump up the Amara with some toughness. Might of the Masses also will end things quicker than they may have normally ended. Blue, black, here's a Wall of Mist. Okay, they put something in my way. Dev Champion. Whenever it attacks, tap any number of untapped creatures, +1/+1, and makes soldiers with lifelink. Yep. Here comes damage. And here comes Champion. They may have a Ritual Soot, but they're 2 lands off of casting it, so this should set up a lethal Might of the Masses next turn if we can get through. And they are sitting on mana. Could be a Whisper Agent. Whisper Agent would make some sense. Well, let's send the team. Here it comes. Let's see how the blocks go down. Let's see, if these remain unblocked, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, lethal. But hey, look at that. I can stack the triggers this way to get a 3/3. Awesome. And I didn't even stack those triggers, but I would have to look into that in the future. Yep, Stevens. Yuck. 3 planes and a bunch of cards I can't cast. I think I have to mulligan it. And a little better. Some cards I can cast, but not a good start. Do I want another land? At this stage, flooding out's my big fear. I think I'll find more land. Even though I do have a big old worm, I think I'll draw the land. I have faith in that. It's having enough playable threat cards that I'm worried about. The curve continues. I think we've done that every game. Dead weight for the guard. Slow down, mister. And our opponent with some mana trouble. We have threat trouble. Usually the mana trouble evens out as the game goes. You'll eventually draw your lands. But the threat trouble, that doesn't always even out. Ooh, Pilfering Imp. Do I have to Conclave Tribune that? Block. Just block. Block one time. Okay. Well, if they have to spend their mana, but if they take the worm, then I really have no threats. I hate it. But I feel like I'm going to lose it. Now, making them spend their mana, maybe they had nothing to do with 2 mana anyway, but then they drew a land, so just punished from every angle. Whisper Agent? Seems like a Whisper Agent. Play this Healer's Hawk. Let's sit. Not a Whisper Agent. Okay. Well, they drew another land. Harpooner. Ew. That's so mean. How dare you? My Hunted Witness will pay it back with the worm. Pump it up. Get him! Oh, it gives vigilance. I gotta read this whole thing a few times. Where'd the vigilance come from? Oh, there, it gains vigilance and it gets +X+X. I just skipped over that part. So, what do you got? Surely you have something to kill a big old worm? Keep reading it. Ah, the strands. Sure. This feels good. Alright, bring out the Stalwart. If we're given a turn to attack with the Stalwart, we can put a counter on the Witness, which would basically double the Witness. It's like getting another creature for free when you do that to a 1/1. Generous Stray. The Generous Stray, which wants to give you the lizard it killed in hopes of your favor. Oh, do we have more of these strands? Maybe we have more of these. Maybe it's a Severed Strands deck. Just sacrifice cats to kill other things. Oh, prey upon. Sure. Well, now my lifelinker gains Mentor. I don't think that's the play, unless I'm missing something. There might be something else the opponent plans to do. Well, I'm attacking. I'm gonna try to take this gift. Still waiting to see what tricks they have. It ain't no fungal infection. Okay. So they chump block away the Stray. Do you think they run Ritual of Soot? Should I sandbag a Shieldmate because of that? That chump block makes me really suspicious, and so does the Prey Upon, so I am sandbagging. Besides, I could draw a Beast Whisperer, and then I'd be really happy too. Oh, never mind. It's all to set up a Necrotic Wound. Guess I should have played the Shieldmate. Still, when your opponent's chumping and blocking oddly and making plays like Prey Upon your Hunted Witness, it would be silly not to expect a Ritual of Soot. Overgrown Tomb, nice rare draft. Ugh, in their colors too. Okay. Plaguecrafter as well. Alright, let's launch the Cavalier and the Shieldmate. See, some kind of green, like this feels like green-black control is what they were going for. That grindy Golgari. Watch this vigilance beating we're sending your way. So I'll play the Amara. I will feel crazy, but if Ritual of Soot happens, I still have the Cavalier. Because this is a lethal board, I think it's worth deploying. Well, they still have something up their sleeve. Crushing Canopy, okay. This is going to be funny. So they get back their flyer. Didn't let me respond. I guess I have to put a stop on upkeep to make that happen. Although if they target me with it, that's 2 mana. This has to be as a sorcery, right? Right. And then they don't have a blocker. They're going for it. That's kind of an awkward way to do it. Their 2 mana were spent to get rid of the crushing the flyer instead of my 3 mana. Oh, vapors. Okay. Is that what they were trying to set up? They definitely went oddly. Part of me says I should mulligan and try to get a better start, but I just don't feel good about that. The Recluse can cut off a flyer. The Shieldmate gets in the way, but it's only a bear. Ugh. This could be a bad hand. We don't have any of our bombs, of course. But we've done a lot of damage, to be honest, without our bombs. It's actually been kind of impressive how many games we've won with Grizzly Bears and not bombs. And there's a Hawk, so we have a 1, 2, 3. Gotta love that Hawk. Boros. Good old Boros, friends. Here comes the Gabo. Nope. Nope, you take that torch and you run. You run with that torch. And for your next trick, Skyline Scout. 2/1. When it attacks, you may pay 1 and a white. If you do, it gains flying. So, can be a flying attacker. Ooh, we drew the Mentor curve just off the top. And this is a heck of a body when everybody else is using Grizzly Bears. They wish Shock was in the set. What could they have? Lava Coil? That's an uncommon. What are the cheap red burn spells in this set? Now, do they attack? Does Skyline Scout jump over the Stalwart? Ooh. Looks like it's Sure Strike. Sure looks like it's Sure Strike, but I'm not going to block. No thank you. I would prefer to put a counter on my Hawk. I'll let my Hidden Recluse take a Sure Strike on the chin, and a League Guildmage, and another land. 2 damage. What's that tell you? Integrity? I think that tells you that there's integrity in this. So, Might of the Masses, though, can fix that integrity. If I'm going to play it anyway, I could play the Shieldmate first so that I could pump it bigger. Let's see, Integrity is +2/+2, so this is 4. This is +2/+2, so the first strike wins. So I'm good. Mentor that Hawk, baby. Show it the ways of the Force.
Too old to begin the training.
A little Star Wars thrown in. There it is. Integrity +2/+2. Now, we do not want to play our Might of the Masses until after blocks. The opponent could choose not to block. And there is the block. So 2/2 becomes 4/4 first strike, which kills the Guildmage before the Guildmage can kill the Stalwart. And that's a really good sequence for Team CGB. Let's put a Shieldmate on the battlefield to also go to battle. Inspiring Unicorn enters the battlefield and gives +1/+1 to... Oh, creatures when it attacks. It's a 2/2, and then it attacks and other creatures get +1/+1. Okay. And the end. Alright, this is final boss time. We have our Beast Whisperer in hand along with some cheap drops, but only 2 lands. We're on the play. God, this is a rough hand. And I think it's got to go. And this one's better. We need some power, though. Like, this is not power. So I need to look for my more bomby threats. I've only played my Light of the Legion one time in this draft, and this is game number 9. I've only played my Beast Whisperer one time in this draft, and this is game number 9. Like, the bombs just haven't been there. It's been up to these little dorks. It's been up to grizzly bears, and they've gotten me this far, which is amazing. But you've got to expect in a big game like this, the bombs have to show up. They just have to. Buggles rat. Alright. Say goodbye to the Gorgon, since we don't have another green for it at this time. Wood Shaper. Okay. I think I like the race. Would a Death Toucher want to block this card? I don't think it would. So, let's see if they're into it. Oh, they are into it. Okay. It's just a grizzly bear, so if I'm trading it off if I'm trading the Death Toucher I don't really have a way to remove with a grizzly bear, I'm a pretty happy camper. Alright. Well, that's fun. We're down 5 cards to 1. This is going to be a bloodbath if the opponent gets their land and such together and that Artful Takedown hits the graveyard. That means they need land very badly. They kept a 2-lander. Alright. Wood Shaper, find me something good. We only have 1 green source, which is a problem. Alright, these are fine, I guess. 2 green sources go to the bottom. That could be an issue later, too. They found a land. This is about to get really tough. They keep both on top. I think the days of getting breaks are over. We can expect these 4 cards to be definitely very playable. Oh man, does this do anything? Maybe it's a trade I'm supposed to make and like preserve my life total. Still, I don't like trading down, especially for the rat. Caw! Alright, hand is on the table, so in kind of a sad way, we are immune to their future thought erasures. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think the opponent will have the guts to double block the Sunhome Stalwart with the Murmuring Mystic when we could have a combat trick, so I need to turn on full control to do this. Oh, they do. They have no fear. They know I didn't draw a combat trick. So that hurts. It was sort of a bluff attack, but still, the 2/2 wasn't going to do too much on the ground. Whereas a 2/2 Healer Hawk at least can fight through some Murmuring Mystic nonsense. Regardless, I never expected to get to 6 wins with a deck that was, how would you put it, 2 decks. Or is it deck on the sidelines? Pretty ridiculous. Imagine the Selesnya deck I could have had if I drafted some Gates, some Luminous Bonds, and another Beast Whisperer. I guess we're just waiting to see which creature they want to kill. Severed Strands, the Hawk. The Hawk is the answer. Well, land off the top does mean we get to make knights. We make knights, they make birds. Flyers usually win. Although, my knights are twice the size. All this big booty over here. Yeah, great. I guess I'll hold that in case they have another Thought Erasure. Maybe we get them to play it. Of course, they make a bird now, so it's a pretty good Thought Erasure. Six plains, one forest, and we had to put 2 forests on the bottom of our deck. Ugh, gross. Gross. Yeah, I said our bombs would have to show up. They haven't shown up in the entire draft. I've won so many games on the back of grizzly bears. It feels like they're not even in my deck. So even then, I don't think we've had a very fortunate draft. Wow, Thief of Sanity. Yeah, this is the deck I want to draft. If their last card, Sinister Sabotage, sadness. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And put them at 1. What if they take the 6 and go to 9, and then next turn they attack with too many things? Making this a 7/7 can kill the Mystic and keep it alive. Does that win me the game? I think if I put them at 3, they have to leave more blockers back, but they do that anyway. Alright. I do feel like the damage has been done. The Thief of Sanity, the Predator, they will close this game. And they're even going to play it super conservative, because they know they can also just mill me. I bet they get to cast my Light of the Legion. Wouldn't that be appropriate? There goes another forest, and my demotion. They found my Beast Whisperer. Nice. We found a land. I've had enough. I've had enough, but it was a good effort. It was a good effort. Doesn't always end well. I gotta go back and look at this deck. I played 9 games with this deck, and I don't feel like I saw the good cards at all. All right, well, gems, yay, and a pack. You gotta love it. We've got enough to re-enter and a little bit of profit. Let's see what we open. Economic Betrayal. I'll take the wild card though. Never too mad about some wild cards. And we did get 4 rares. Could have had a Doom Whisperer as well, which I suppose I should have taken in hindsight. And now I can't look at the deck, but man, if I could go back and look at that thing. Just draw the Giant Flyer more, please. Please, deck. All right. Well, it was a halvesies draft anyway. We actually drafted 2 decks, and it was a good time, all in all. And I am thankful. I am thankful that I was able to pick up some rares and get to 6 wins. So, thank you for watching this video, and happy Thanksgiving to you all. And I will see you, as always, in the next video. Goodbye.